What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. We're back with a big Nintendo Direct update, and things have taken a dramatic turn and shift. And I know the internet's freaking out, but I do want to bring some middle ground to it and try to give a silver lining. So good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. It's a weekend episode because things have gotten wild in the last 12 hours. I went to bed thinking we're going to have this big, awesome Direct next week, and I wake up seeing that maybe it's going to be a very different type of show. So I'm going to go into all the details. We've got a bunch of new games that have been leaked for this Direct, and things have changed. Things have changed dramatically, as indicated by my little finger puppet play at the beginning of this video. So let's kick it off with, I don't know where you want to begin. How about the name of Princess Peach? This is very interesting. Puro tweeted what we believe to be the name of Princess Peach, which is Princess Peach Showtime. Now, he does say it could be translated maybe a little bit differently, but it does seem like it's going to be something about Showtime, and he gives a Japanese version of the name as it's finally Princess Peach Showtime. And it seems like that is going to be the name of the game, or he's just hinting that it's Showtime. They're going to give the name of the game. But I do think Princess Peach Showtime actually is a phenomenal name, and so I do hope that is what Nintendo goes with. If you remember, Super Princess Peach is the only Peach-titled game we have in the past. Princess Peach Showtime sounds amazing, and I hope, as we discussed yesterday, that there's cool gameplay and Paper Mario-esque elements to back it up. I think Princess Peach 100% is in the title. Look, Mario's in the title of every Mario game. Luigi's in the title of Luigi's Mansion. Bowser's even in his Fury and his Inside Story. They went inside his guts. They put his name in the title. Peach is on stage. Her name will be in the title. That's number one. The second thing we have to talk about is a remake of a DS game and a Wii game, which has got people all sorts of confused, thinking, speculating, hoping, and guessing. But it seems like we do have our answer. Now, initially this was thought to maybe be two separate titles, but then Puro corrected that they are connected. It's a DS game and a Wii game from the same franchise or connected in some way. So people were going through all the franchises, all the games on DS and Wii, being like, okay, there's Mario, there's Zelda, there's Rhythm Heaven, there's all these things, and basically trying to lower down a list of what this could be. But then Puro just basically liked a tweet where we assume the person got the correct guess, which is another code / trace memory. You probably don't remember these games. They were a bit like cult classics, and I don't even know that they're like a cult classic, but they're from the Hotel Dusk point and click era of Nintendo DS. If you remember this era, there was a lot of games. Hotel Dusk was my pick because you could turn the freaking thing sideways, but Trace Memory, and then there's another code on Wii, and these are point-and-click adventure games with a girl with silvery gray hair. They did get good marks, like they were well received, but they weren't like hits in any sense of the word. So it's very interesting that Nintendo is seemingly going to be remaking these games for Nintendo Switch, possibly like a bundle is what it seems like. Now, I was leaning more towards something like Fire Emblem or even Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but there's not really a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for Wii. Anyhow, I thought it would be something that had been tied to a rumor from the past, but it seems like Nintendo instead, according to Puro, is dipping way into their pickle barrel and being like, oh, Trace Memory, let's pull this one out from the nowhere. I don't know. Has anyone asked for this? Again, if you're a big Trace Memory and Other Code fan, this could be great, but I feel like it puts a damper on the Direct, because we started off thinking Donkey Kong and F-Zero, and now a lot of people are thinking it's F-Zero 99. Puro liked a tweet saying F-Zero 99, and the new Switch online game to replace Pac-Man 99 is right now most likely F-Zero 99. And then my favorite game, Donkey Kong, got an addendum. And this was very sneaky because Puro used this to sniff out fake leakers. And it was unfair to fans, but it was ruthless to leakers. So yesterday, Puro tweeted a gif of DK running out in the Mario movie. And then today he said, oh, you see who it is, but you don't see who they're fighting. And then tweeted a picture of Mario versus Donkey Kong. It's not these. It's these. Mario vs. DK is what Puro is actually teasing, not a new Donkey Kong game. But before you freak out, I do want to put some silver linings here, okay? One, Piero doesn't know absolutely everything. Nobody guessed the Princess Peach game last time. Piero was spot on with Mario RPG, spot on with Mario Wonder. He knew about the elephant. He knew about other games popping up in the Direct, but he did not know about Peach. So Nintendo always can have a wild card. They always can have a surprise. And if they are indeed bringing back Mario vs. DK, first off, it could be better than we're expecting. Now, the nail in the coffin for a lot of excited fans is that Piero said the minis are returning. And people don't like the minis in these games. They prefer them as collectibles, not marching minis, Lemmings clone. According to Piero, the minis are back, but we don't know in what capacity. It could be as collectibles, more akin to the original Mario vs. Donkey Kong on GBA, or it could be March the minis, which should be far more boring. But the big note is that it's way more boring than a new DK. But what I want to say is, this does not replace or eliminate a new DK. First off, maybe Piero knows about this Mario vs. Donkey Kong, but as I mentioned, Nintendo loves to group, so maybe there's another DK announcement as well, because Mario vs. DK has you playing as Mario, not as DK. Or there's a chance that Nintendo is going to massively mix up the formula and elevate this game to a new height. They've done that countless times on Switch with many popular franchises, so maybe we shouldn't be too quick to jump the gun. The other thing is, just because Mario vs. DK hits in this Direct, doesn't mean DK can't hit next Direct. There will be another DK game. This idea that there will never be a DK game is just silly. We know the theme park's coming, a spin-off movie could be coming. At the very least, I'm sure he'll be in the next Mario movie. And DK getting more hype with other games featuring Main Man just means more fans for his own game. I really think there's going to be a DK game eventually, and I think it could still even show up at this Direct. I don't want to blow the candle out on Mario vs. DK and write it off as horrible because we haven't seen it. We don't know what kind of improvements they've made, adjustments, what kind of cool quirks, twists, upgrades, changes Nintendo has made, and there's always that wild card, right? There's always the wild card that Nintendo also has a DK teaser to show off, or that a DK game is coming in the future. And look, like, DK is not dead. They're not eliminating Donkey Kong mainline games from their arsenal. That would be silly and stupid. And we have heard plenty of rumors that there's an EPD team in Nintendo internally working on a different 2D action platformer that is not Mario Wonder, and that would line up to almost assuredly be DK. So maybe this just isn't the time for the true DK. DK will be here in some sort, which I love. I want DK to just get as much hype and hope as he possibly can. But I will say, we do need a true DK game, and I will be disappointed that it's not at this Direct if it's not at this Direct, but I don't think it's signed, sealed, delivered that DK is done. I think DK will appear on Switch in his own game eventually. It just may no longer be this Direct. Instead, DK will appear alongside Mario, but there's a chance that DK plus Mario ends up being awesome. There's a chance that they could do some creative things to up the ante for the puzzles, to bring in multiplayer, to allow you to play as... I don't know. Let's wait and see. Let's be patient. And also remember, this is Piero leaking. I think Piero is correct. There is a fraction of a chance, very, very tiny, that he's incorrect. But he's cautious, he's calculated, and he's really spot on. So it looks like, here's what we've got so far. A bigger debut for the Princess Peach game, which may or may not be titled Princess Peach Showtime. I think that's a fantastic game. Another Code and Trace Memory getting a remake from the DS and Wii era into the Nintendo Switch era, a point-and-click adventure that kind of had some like cult love, but also maybe never got enough of a chance to see if it could be truly successful, and feels kind of like an oddball choice, but at least it's something interesting and different. We've got F-Zero coming back in some capacity, leaning and looking towards F-Zero 99. That's where we're at right now, but remember, Directs typically are 30 to 40 minutes. There's a lot of things to cover. There's a lot of games included, smaller segments, larger segments, indie segments, third-party segments, and Piero does end the day's tweets with this note right here, and I want you to remember this. What will close the Direct? This indicates that Piero does not believe Mario vs. DK, Peach, or F-Zero are the closers, nor the Trace Memory and Other Code thing, obviously. There will be a big closer. Nintendo usually opens with a big thing and closes with a big thing. What could those be? Perhaps they're unknown. Perhaps it's Metroid Prime 4. Perhaps it's the true Donkey Kong game. Perhaps it's something we cannot quite possibly predict just yet. Perhaps it's something to do with Smash Brothers. This Direct still has so much potential and so much possibility. So despite the discourse turning south, glass half full, and despite me wishing, yeah, I want just Donkey Kong Country. I don't know why Nintendo has waited 9 years to make this. When DK Tropical Freeze came out in 2014, it's been forever. I don't know why we have to wait so long for another true DK, especially after that game was critically just beloved. But I also want to say that this Direct has a chance to still be great. There are games lurking, both known and unknown, that could still indeed show up with this Direct. It's a long presentation, but the good news is we are a short ways away. Should be getting an announcement Monday or Tuesday morning. I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, let me know what you think of today's leaks and how you feel about DK going from DK to Mario vs. DK. And if you're a Mario vs. DK lover, shout it out. Let us know. I would love to hear some ideas on how this actually could be a really cool announcement instead of just poo-pooing it as, oh, Nintendo screwed up again. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, SwitchForce out.